Hey everybody, I'm going to go ahead and just show you real quick some tips on making your production schedules and your asset sheets and that kind of thing. Um, Pretty straightforward. We're going to use a some AI assistance for this. So I'm in ChatGPT, and I'm just going to do something kind of pretty generic, and then we'll see what happens, how we go from here. So let's start with. All right, so we'll start with that. Um, I'm making a 3D environment Unreal. I'm making a forest with a log cabin from the rustic 1800s Swiss countryside. I need a basic breakdown, asset list, production schedule. Please put this into an XLSX format. This is how we can get this into Google Sheets, and then we'll go from there. See what it comes up with. All right, so we got a file here. So we'll download it, open it. Actually, we won't even bother opening it. We'll just bring it right into Google. So this is just an empty Google Sheet. File, import, upload, browse, Swiss environment build, and it's just going to ask if you want to import it, import the data. And then we're going to take a look. So usually the first pass at this isn't always great. So let's just see what happens here. So we have environment overview, key assets, vegetation, structures, props, and then what we can do is say, so we have this key assets, cabin forest and all that. So you can see down here we've got some tabs. So it gave us an asset list. It even made assignments for us. So we have our terrain base, pine tree cluster, ground materials. So basically this kind of laid the whole thing out. And then you can go in and say 2 days, 3 days. I mean, this is giving you an estimate, which is actually pretty cool too. And then it put it into a production schedule, which probably isn't great. Let's see, duration days. So for the production schedule, we can say, can you give me a more detailed production schedule, including time for assets, layout, whip process, and final? And we'll let that think a little bit. And now it's what it's doing is previewing this before it puts it into the XLSX. So we can see it's got the expanded production phases. And this literally just walks through and does your schedule for you. Um, let's see. Then it says what we like when you create this new multi-sheet Excel file, update the previous file. So I want to update the previous file, and I want to have its color code each production base. And then it's going to go through, think. And you can absolutely do this with the free version of ChatGPT. I mean, I've got a paid version here, but this is real basic stuff for it. So this is just kind of a way for you to use AI to not have to kind of get bogged down by the typical this kind of like I don't want to call it busy work, but it's something you won't do when you're in the studio. There'll be a production designer or a production manager um, that'll do this for you. But it's good for school because it'll help you kind of get organized with your projects. So it's always great. And I'm just importing these. import, and then open now. Let's see. Now we have a new schedule. We could also turn this schedule into like a Gantt chart, like a more kind of a prettier schedule, I guess, if you will. So we can say, can you make the production schedule more like a progressive Gantt chart structure? And it's going to run through. It's going to give us this stuff, which is great. And I'm going to say add a new tab to the production time as a production timeline. And it's going to generate it for us. One thing to kind of think about this process, if you're going to be like your own independent filmmaker, like when you graduate from CCAD, this is also stuff you're going to have to learn how to do. Um, I think personally, this stuff, using these kind of tools, really helps with just day-to-day life, to be honest. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a new sheet because this one's kind of trashed. And then I'm going to go to File, Import, Upload, Browse. I'm going to grab that latest, open it up, import it. And then of course now I'm going to have to like go back through and expand all of these, which is fine. But now we have a production timeline, which is great. Start days, end days, dependencies, all of that stuff. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an overview of how we can use like a GPT to help with this. If you want to, you can manually do this totally fine. But I find that this is a really kind of quick and easy way to at least get a basic structure, and then you can kind of go in and mess with this and fill it out. That's it. Thank you very much.